Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts, opinions, and feels on Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles, the first being Cinder. And firstly, comparing this book to Cinder, I think I liked Cinder more than I liked Scarlet. I still really enjoyed Scarlet, but I had a few problems with it. It didn't really grab me like Cinder did. I feel like Cinder just kind of reached out and grabbed me, and Scarlet was just like, yo, I'm trying to reach, but I'm not doing very good. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of my non-spoilery thoughts before I jump into a spoiler section. Scarlet is a fairy tale retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. We have chapters that are focused on Cinder's story, and then we have chapters that are focused on Scarlet's story. And then eventually in the book, the two storylines connect. I loved all the chapters that focused on Cinder because I love Cinder. She's just the best. But I wasn't a huge fan of the new cast of characters. Like, I loved Thorn. Thorn was a great new addition to the story, but I wasn't a huge fan of Scarlet. I enjoyed how sassy and kind of feisty she was, but I also feel like she didn't have much of a personality. We only really got to know a little bit about her. We got to know the fact that she was a farmer, but a majority of the story focused on Scarlet's concern about her grandmere and Wolf. Like, that's all we got about Scarlet. There wasn't much to her personality other than her concern for those two characters. Also, we got a bit of insta-love with this story, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I still really liked the writing with this series. The writing was on point, the descriptions of this world were fantastic, and these super intense action scenes were so well done, and the way that these two storylines connect and intertwine was so great, and it was awesome seeing how different things began to unravel and seeing the different connections between Scarlet and Cinder's stories. That's all I can say without spoiling you guys, so I definitely enjoyed this installment in the Lunar Chronicles. I just didn't think it was as good as Cinder, and maybe that's just because I wasn't a huge fan of Scarlet and I just wanted more Cinder throughout this story, but I still really enjoyed it. It was a great installment in the Lunar Chronicles, and I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into Crest. So now I'm going to be jumping into a spoilery section, so if you have not read Scarlet, I suggest you leave or you're gonna get spoiled, and I don't think you want to get spoiled. Non-spoilery people, peace out. Spoilery people, let's talk about this book. Let's jump into the spoilery section. Let's do this. I first off want to talk about my main issue with this book, and that is the romance. Like, I really enjoyed Wolf and Scarlet. Like, I really enjoyed their characters, and I liked the way that the relationship was developing, but then we got to the end, and it was just like, yo, insta-love is happening right here and now. The relationship was developing so nicely, but then we got to the end, and it's been less than a week since Scarlet and Wolf have known each other. And Wolf is over here like, but you're the only one, Scarlet. You'll always be the only one. Cringe, cringe, cringe. I know we met less than a week ago, and in that time I've done nothing but lie and cheat and betray you. I know, but if you give me a chance, all I want is to protect you, to be near you for as long as I'm able. Like, just stop, Wolf, please. Just stop. The insta-love. I just think I kind of had overall meh feelings about Scarlet. Like, I enjoyed reading from her perspective, and I really enjoyed following her journey, but I still had quite a few problems with her. Like, after this craziness with Cinder, they just had this major action-packed scene. They're on the ship getting ready to take off, and Scarlet's like, you know, you could have easily taken care of this by just surrendering, by just giving up. Why didn't you just give up, Cinder? And I'm like, Scarlet, where is this coming from? You don't even know Cinder, you just met her, and you're just accusing her of, like, being selfish. And I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. You don't know Cinder. You don't know what she's been thinking about. You don't know the stress that she's under. I pretty much just wanted more chapters focusing on Cinder in this book because I love Cinder. She's just the best character. I really like seeing Cinder's struggles with her newfound lunar powers, how she was having a hard time making sure that she was using these powers for good and that she wasn't becoming a monster like Lavanna. And I love Thorn. Thorn was such a great new addition to the series. I'm really liking his character. I really love this new team between Cinder and Thorn. It was just so great to see, and he's also just a hilarious character. I thoroughly enjoyed my time reading about him because he's just funny. And we got Aiko back. Even though I wanted more Aiko, I feel like we didn't have as much Aiko in this book, and we didn't get much of her sassiness and her hilariousness, but I still really enjoyed the fact that she's back. I knew she would be back, but I just wasn't sure how or when she would be back, and I really like the fact that she's a ship. I think that that is just hilarious. These sections with Kai were so great, and I love seeing him trying to wrap his mind around his feelings for Cinder. I love how Cinder has left such an impact on him, and now he's just wanting to see her succeed and to get away and escape, and he's not wanting to see her be captured at all. But I can't believe he's settling and that he's gonna marry Levana. Like, that can't happen. Like, that must be the next course of action for Cinder and Scarlet and Aiko and Thorn, right? They're gonna go and make sure that this marriage arrangement doesn't actually happen, right? Like, that's the next course of action. We're gonna stop that from happening. Please tell me we're gonna stop that from happening, because that's just, no, that can't happen. I'm starting to get this Sailor Moon vibe from the series, and I really love that aspect of the story. I know that Marissa Meyer used to write Sailor Moon fanfiction, which is really interesting. I'm starting to kind of see a little bit of an inspiration from Sailor Moon. I don't know if she did actually pull inspiration, but I feel like she did. We've got Cinder, we've got Scarlet, and I imagine Cress will be joining them, and possibly Winter, and so they're just forming this awesome girl group, and they're just gonna go and take down Queen Levana, and I'm just so excited for it. This series is just starting to unravel, and it's starting to get so epic and awesome, and I'm so excited about it. So those are my thoughts and feels and opinions on Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. You guys should let me know down below what your favorite moment was from Scarlet, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Later. Scarlet by Marissa is her name. Yep. So, whoa. So I'm gonna blah 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 blah.